Hey everybody, well we're here, the 2023 Fest for Beatles fans, and I cannot wait. This is going to be fantastic. We got beautiful view all the time here. It's just absolutely amazing. This is going to be an exciting weekend. Come and join us, will you? Here we are in the hotel, and we're going to sit down here and have a bite. Nice spot here. Okay, we're just getting here. It's, I think, just about noon, and the show's not going to start for 5 hours, so we got time to kill, and we decided to have a little bite to eat for lunch. Over here is this really cool. Well, here we are. Nothing like these hotel prices that can't be beat, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, BLT for $18.
Hey, you know what? Once in a while, you got to enjoy life and live in a lap of luxury.
Does Anthony have a coupon?
Where are you, Anthony, when we need you? I know you're not going to be doing that at 1 o'clock in the morning. Here's a really nice view from my hotel window. And here we are. Fest for Beatles fans 2023. Okay, look who I find here.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
You know this guy, right? I'm not gonna announce him. You know who he is.
Yeah, you know who I am.
All right, so Tom, what do we got here?
We got Steve Martin's band here. This is Rare Bird Alert. This is one of my favorite Paul McCartney songs that he sings for somebody else on somebody else's record. Okay, and it's called Best Love. And it's on this record, and it's fantastic.
And I see you doing all right for yourself here.
Well, one of the really cool things that I got right away was this piece cassette display.
And I'm so jealous.
Yeah, this will go good next to my Broad Street cassette display.
I have this one, but it's badly sun faded.
Yeah.
That's beautiful color.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Thank you, buddy.
That's what it is, work.
If you're here, have fun. Say hi.
Oh, that's nice. How you doing? All right, this is one I've wanted for a while. We've got the hype sticker, the Ringo's Blast from Your Past, Ringo's Greatest Hits. It's one to get. Oh, wait a minute, I got something I think here for Andy. Andy, how about you take this?
Absolutely not.
Well, my treat.
No thanks. Give it to somebody who'll listen to it.
Oh, wow. You heard it here first. No. Already I'm flipping my wig because I just got here and I got a nice flip your wig game. I had one in the past, but it was really bashed up. This one is pretty cool. And can I trouble you for that George Harrison stand-up? Back there, I'm going to get a Somewhere in England George Harrison display. That's the kind of stuff that I like. And there it is. Okay, I'll show you this a little bit, folks. It's in a bag here. This is advertising the Somewhere in England album. Need a little of that talc. Well, I'm thinking of, can we do anything for all three of these here? You know, see what we got. It's three things. You don't have any hairspray, do you?
No grooming. Nothing grooming yet.
All right.
Oh my gosh,
there
it's
he
that
is.
Joe guy.
Yeah, it's Beetle Brad. Hey, I gotta
everybody.
tell you, Beetle Brad, I think this is the first time I've ever outspent you.
I think you have.
I spent a lot of money already.
Wow,
Just
wow.
got here. What about you,
Here's
Andy?
$5.
Spent a fortune or what?
Not yet. It's early though.
Oh, here you go. What do you like better, that or Red Rose Speedway?
Red Rose Speedway, man. Come on.
That's your number one. How about Red Rose Speedway or London Town?
That's not a fair question.
Well, you're on a desert island. You got one. That's it.
Red Rose Speedway.
All right, well, you like that album. That's for sure.
Sunday, 2:45. We're talking about it.
Hey, Doc, so anyway, you had a long trip getting here, huh?
We sure did. Full of adventure. Wait till you see. We have no internet connection. So we were going to do shorts on the way here, but it wouldn't work. But we got lost, going in circles. We ended up in some industrial area.
But you made it.
We made it.
From this point on, hopefully it'll be worth everybody's while.
I drove most of the way, so you guys can't give it too much of a hard time.
Oh, you did, huh? Yeah. Did you really?
We had the employees cracking up. They were so excited. Yeah.
We really pointed out, what, are those two up?
The only problem was after we got fingerprinted from the police, they didn't think it was very funny. But you know, we enjoyed it though.
You had a good trip up here. A fun trip.
It was a day trip.
But then again, you weren't driving. This guy here was.
Freaking microwave.
Fleet. Yeah, look at that. Pink Floyd from the Snack.
And more.
On those Beatles.
This is a Beatle Fest, don't forget. So, look at this. Beatle Brad thought of me. He bought me this, the Groovy Ghoulies. I loved it. Everybody remember that from the 70s, the cartoon, the Groovy Ghoulies? Drac and Frankie and Wolfie. Thank you, Brad. How you doing? Robert P. You got Robert S., now you got Robert P.
Robert S.
How was the drive? The usual question.
Don't even ask me. After I got off 139, I was lost for an hour.
How long did it take you all together about to get here?
Now equal to get in this building 12 hours.
Yeah, guys, I'm looking for this one here, Plastic Ono Band Cold Turkey. Also the Mother single. I don't know if you got a Mother. But a sleeve. No, and the single goes with it. What is? I didn't see it behind the box, and there it is. Oh my! Two rare singles: John Lennon, Mother, and Cold Turkey, but they're not cheap. I think I might pick them up anyway. I don't know, Tom. What do you think? Two rare Lennons?
Two rare Lennons. I mean, two rare Lennons a day will, you know.
No, I don't. Mr. McCartney. I don't know. All right.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Get stuck in the elevator with Tom and Kiddo too. Like Kid.
We'll be up going to the same place.
Here we go. Hey, look where I found you.
Hi, Joe.
Hi. And you're Heidi.
I'm Heidi, yes.
Hi, Heidi.
Hi, Joe.
What do you got there? What do you got? A glass of water? What do you got, buddy?
Glass of water. Stay hydrated. It's going to be a long weekend.
Yeah. It hasn't even started yet. It hasn't even started yet. We're here. The show hasn't even started.
We're ready though.
Boy, there's a lot of people here, I'll tell you that. Well, I was waiting to get Pattie Boyd's autograph, but it looks to me like this place is so crowded, and it's amazing how many people are here, eh, Robert?
Oh yeah, a lot of people.
And it's only Friday. I mean, Friday's usually a light day, but this is pretty amazing. Look at this. Wow, tons of people here. Oh my, look at that. Woo-wee. I'll never get it. I can always have Saturday and Sunday left.
Okay. Number 3, buzz in, tell us your name.
Hello, you know me, Joe Mayo.
He's from Seinfeld, the guy Joe Mayo, you remember him? The guy with the chair that they bought? Joe
Yes.
Mayo? Come on. Joe Mayo, we went to his housewarming. Joe, you've been around, you actually have a Beatles YouTube channel, is that right?
Yes, I do.
All right, so check out me, Mr. Mayo over there. He'll be playing in round 1. Let's hear track number 1.
Strawberry Fields.
Somehow that's correct, and I have the wrong answer. This is going to be fun. Not me, Mr. Mustard. Nope, let's reset. By the way, we don't take points off like in Jeopardy. Reset the board and replay that clue, track 2. Joe Mayo, I told you this ain't gonna be no cakewalk like the Ken Michaels show, all right?
Went on 64.
Rocky, went up 64, yes. I think we got these numbers going all out of order there, Charlie.
Come on.
Joe Mayo.
Everybody's got something to hide, but except me and my monkey.
Except me and my monkey. Very good. All right, so Joe Mayo's on the board. Good go for Joe Mayo. Okay. Next track. Okay. We didn't play it yet, Rock. Let's reset the board. Okay. Now you can answer, Rocky. Something. Very good. Also from the box set for Abbey Road. Okay, so let's give Rocky 5 more points. All right, now we got it rolling. Next track, please. Joe Mayo.
Maxwell Silver Hammer.
That's right. You're doing good with the outtakes here, Joe Mayo. Maxwell Silver Hammer. Next track.
Last night I said
Took a while, Joe Mayo.
Please me, is it?
It is Please Please Me, yes.
That was a trick.
No, it wasn't a trick. He sang Last Night I Said These Words to My Love. What's the trick? Come on, that's 15 for Joe Mayo. Okay, Helene.
I mean mine?
I mean mine, very good. Helene's on the board with 5 points. Okay. Next up.
Oh,
Joe Mayo.
don't pass me by.
No, it is not Don't Pass Me By. Reset the board. Play it again. Elaine?
Could it be a single Beatle pack up boogaloo?
It could be a single Beatle, but it's not Back Off Boogaloo. Reset the board. Joe Mayo?
Christmas time is here again.
Christmas Time is here again. There you go. Okay, now this one, Joe Mayo, is a trick. A trick question, trick clue, whatever you want to call it, okay? Next track.
Because.
Not because, nope. Play it again. Helene? She got it. Reset the board. Give Helene. She had 5 before. I don't know how she's at 0 now, Charlie. Let's reset. We're done. Okay, good. Across the universe. Let us go to the next track. Rocky?
Polythene pan?
I'll accept that. She came in through the bathroom window going into Polythene Pan. That's very good. We'll accept that. Okay. We got Rocky and Joe Mayo both knocking on the door of greatness here. Let's go to the next clue. And Joe Mayo.
Cry baby cry.
Cry baby cry. That's 25 points. Joe Mayo wins round 1. Rocky, Mike, and Helene. Go see Susan. She'll have prizes for you.
Yeah, I mean, there is a problem with writing either about living people or the immediate descendants of living people. Because if you write something contrary to their memory, they can take offense at that. And in my own case, that's what happened when I wrote about how George Martin sang the Beatles. Because George Martin's wife was still alive, Lady Judy, she's about 94. And Giles didn't like it because I was disputing or correcting the story they always put out.
I had that real problem with Sid Bernstein, a wonderful man, seriously. Can't say enough great things about Sid. But Sid's version,
Sure, I can say enough.
yeah. You can. But Sid's version, Sid's version of bringing the Beatles to America was not accurate. And the conversation he had with Brian got further and further and further apart. And what Mark and I really determined was that first conversation, because we interviewed a guy about Hellawell, promo guy, probably took place in December or January of '64. And that's just what the facts show. And Sid, I talked to Sid and said, well, Sid, this is an interview you did at Carnegie Hall, and in it you say this. So when my book, The Beatles Are Coming, came out, and you had to know Sid to appreciate it, and I asked Sid if he'd be kind enough to sign it, and Sid wrote, Bruce, next time get the facts right, Sid. And I wasn't insulted in the least. But then every now and then Sid's son would call me up, and he'd say, are you saying my dad's a liar? No. I'm saying your dad, over time, you lose a sense of time when you go back that far. Your father put the Beatles in Carnegie Hall, in Shea Stadium. Come on, that's enough. He was great. Plus, he was a nice guy. People liked him. What more do you need?
Ask me why, I'll say I love you, and I will always think you do.
All right, hello, we're here with Madeline Vaccaro, and of course her book here is In Your Mind, The Infinite Universe of Yoko Ono, and she's been on my channel and has been interviewed. Check that out. So how you doing today?
Great. It's so great to see you.
Yeah, you too. This is the first day of the fest. We got 3 days here, and hopefully a lot of people will be buying the book.
I hope so. It's the definitive story of Yoko, and the true love story of John and Yoko is included, and it's the whole Beatles story from a completely different angle, and it should be read by everyone. It's the true story with all the facts backed up by notes. It's a fascinating story.
Well, thank you, Madeline. I'll be seeing you again during the weekend.
Yes.
All right. Take care. All right. Day 2, Saturday. Having a little breakfast here. There he is. Let's go. All right.
I'm eating a lot today.
You ready for day 2 at the fest?
Always ready.
Oh, man. This is going to be a big one.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice.
Now, he said he brought us coffee. It says whole milk.
Wait a minute. No, maybe it's not.
Coffee. Yeah, okay.
I never saw coffee with a whole milk label on it. That's the weirdest brown milk I've ever seen. I guess this must be the coffee.
That's the white coffee.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you here. Well, guys, I had a nice breakfast. Just had some pancakes that tasted like those rubber jar openers.
Yummy, yummy.
I had the same.
So,
potato cakes. I think they were.
hello.
Last week.
Do you mind if I get you?
YouTube, David Fishman.
Fishman, I know your name. How you doing? Good to see you.
I love your videos.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Good to see you here.
I love your videos too.
Oh, I know that. I already know.
I don't think I've ever seen your videos.
I gave them 6 likes this morning.
Who are you?
Oh, wow. Appreciate it.
Really? Maybe it's Marquis. I like that too.
Oh, the movie. Yeah, I'm trying to get that going. Because I don't put a lot of content on, but I'm trying to do more.
You're great videos. I love
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. And of course, Saturday's crowd is huge. As far as the eye can see.
Everyone's got wristbands out, please. Wristbands out. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, who's appearing here? The president?
Where do we come in, Karen?
That's what it is. It's like an environment. Gotcha.
Said, I'm not going to do the show without their support because he said, I'm honoring the Beatles. Can't do it. Of course, everybody thought it was nuts. 1974, they were suing each other. Then I heard the announcement on WABC, which was the same station I heard I went over here 9 years earlier, that John Lennon and Harry Nilsson will be appearing live in Central Park for March of Dimes event. And Cousin Bruce was going to be talking to them for a little while. So I said, I'm going to meet John that day. I was just confident, cocky, whatever it was. I said, I'm going to meet John. Not, I think I'm going to meet John. I'm going to meet John. So through a whole bunch of coincidences, I found out where he was staying. So after the talk on the stage, I go walking around the hotel, took a few deep breaths, went up to the 10th floor, rang the bell to his room. Harry Nilsson opened it, and I said, hi, I'm Arthur Peters. I'd like to speak to John about Beatle Fest. Come on in. So a few minutes later, John comes into the parlor, and I sit down with him like I'm sitting and talking to you, and I told him the whole idea about it. He got very excited about it, and he said, I'm all for it. I'm a Beatles fan too. And the first show was a huge success. Made the New York Times, made the cover of Melody Maker. It made the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. You can't get a bigger story than that.
I've been a Beatle fan since 1964, and I wanted something to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Beatles. And Beatle Fest 74 is what it came out to be.
In about 10 seconds, and everything that happens is totally due that. Thank you.
Thank you, Wally.
Do you want me to close the doors?
Yeah, please do. Thank you, Wally. Okay. All right. Well, can't believe we're all here together, and all of us are here together, all together now, I guess you could say. Sorry, had to do it. Welcome to not only Talk More Talks live from the Fest for Beatles Fans New York, but for the first time, all 5 of us are here together, and thanks. All the founders, the originators, and everybody here. Also excited that Joe Mayo, this is his first ever panel at the Fest.
Go Joe!
It just goes to show it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly. So, we are going to be talking today about the year 1973, which is considered one of the best years in the solo era. And why is it? And if we have time, is it the only of the best of the solo years? We're going to throw that out to you. Before we get to our discussion, briefly just want to introduce all of us here. As I just mentioned, making his Fest debut, you know him from his highly popular channel, Meet Mr. Mayo, Joe Mayo. You know him as just kind of a legend, really, in the Beatles community, who hosts so many shows, including the one, if you were just in here, co-host of the highly popular podcast, Things We Said Today, Mr. Ken Michaels. And one of our founders of Talk More Talk, who has written so many books that we would be here all hour if I went through all of them, but he is coming out with a book we are all anticipating, the Mal Evans biography, Dr. Ken Womack. He is the co-host of the also popular podcast, Two Legs, a Paul McCartney-centric podcast, Mr. Tom Hunyadi. So where do you think, where is John in 73 at this point?
Well, I always think, you had John first coming out swinging pretty good, having the classic emotional. He was he was doing really well, music-wise. And then, of course, sometime in New York City, right, in 1972, which I think is underrated, but a little bit. But don't go by me. I'm a fan. Let's hear it for anybody. No?
Yes.
I was thinking very quiet. But anyway, so I know. Well, and then of course, he did the 1-to-1 in '72, the benefit concert for children of Willowbrook, and the concert kind of had him out there for Madison Square Garden for people to see. But I think about '73, I'm thinking he's starting to have some problems with Yoko, and also musically trying to make, dare I say the word, I don't want Ken to get mad at me, the comeback word, I don't know, come back, maybe with Mind Games album, and I think that Mind Games was such a fantastic single. Wish it had gotten higher in the charts. Really, really good. It's my favorite probably single of his, next to Instant Karma. But I think with the Mind Games album, he's trying to, kind of come back, maybe relying on more easygoing stuff that people might be able to relate to, with a few exceptions of sloganeering, like with Bring On the Lucy, Free the People, which is a good song, a little political in there, and of course, Tight As, stuff like that, Meat City. But I just think John's trying at this point to get back to having a little more of a more acceptable style. Maybe he was kind of really shaking up a little bit of the lackluster reception that sometime in New York City got.
I just want to add one thing to what Joe said, which I think is really important about John, is that because the immigration authorities were after him at that time, and the response he got to Sometime in New York City, I think he really had to tone it down with his political beliefs at the time, and that's part of why I think Mind Games was more closer to what Imagine was, more that approach.
This goes out to Joe Mayo. One, because he's my favorite condiment. Also because I agree with him that we need all four to make this formula work. And my year is 1979 into 1980. And it's a sentimental choice because young me was just so excited that I had Fresh Off, Blow Away, and Good Night Tonight, and Back to the Egg, and of course there are rumors there's going to be a John Lennon album, oh my God. And then my brother and I got to go to the mall, the Greenspoint Mall, not that Greenspoint, the one in Houston, and we got to see Caveman with Ringo. I mean, we were living in just Beatles heaven, and it felt like it would never stop, and of course it does, but we all have such an emotional and sentimentalized connection with the Beatles. For me, it was that year.
Well, Ken, you forgot a favorite of yours, Old Sam, Sir.
Yeah, he's right. Exactly.
A favorite of mine too, as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's just a lot of deep cuts, and on the Harrison album too, and certainly going into John Lennon, and of course we have McCartney too, and even Wonderful Christmas Time. Wherever you are, Lewiston, I'm sorry, I love it. Unabashedly.
Here, here.
I like it too.
Well, we're here with Andrea. And how you doing, Andrea?
Hi, Joe. It's wonderful to meet you in person. I'm a longtime listener. I don't comment often, but I don't think I've missed any of your episodes.
Really?
And yeah, I just really relate to your sense of humor. You're very entertaining, and you're a great personality on camera.
Thanks so much. How about the rant videos? Some people like rants, some don't.
I even listen to the rant videos, so thumbs up on the rant videos.
Yeah, it's all for fun. It's all for fun. Well, thank you for saying hello, Andrea. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you, Joe. Thanks for everything.
All right.
Yeah.
That was great.
Hey everybody, I'm here with my friend Greg. How you doing, Greg? He watches the channel.
Not bad. How are you, Joe?
I'm doing good. And the thing about it is, I recognize him when he was a little tight, because he lived on the same corner of the street I lived on in Queens growing up. A Beatles fan and a Monsters fan, Monster movies.
Yep.
And you into that still, or did you get over that?
I am. I got the 4 cases, both volumes that came out from the Universal thing.
Yeah. And I remember your older brother was really into the Monster magazines.
Yep, definitely.
So you're here all weekend or just today?
Just today. I flew up from Florida, where I am now, and I just had to take this in.
All right, Greg. It's great seeing you. Talk to you soon.
Definitely.
Yeah, they're all full sample because we weren't excited for the sample. This one is.
That's her and George, right?
Yeah, it's the last picture.
All right, hello there. Hello. Okay, I have this book.
Yes. My name's Joe. J-O-E, which is pretty easy, I think. You know, it's good to get an easy name, I imagine, after a while. And then I have this, I think, unusual album.
Yes.
It's just a shame that they put the print over you instead of you being here.
So unknowing.
But if you could...
My fringe was just right.
Yeah, look at that. Could you sign it? Maybe even down here would be fine. To Joe? You could add it. How's that?
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Be careful, it might be a little wet.
Oh, I'll be very careful. Thank you. Appreciate it, Patty. Thank you. Hello there, Peter. I have a nice dark cover for you. My name is Joe.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Uh-oh, me and Mr. Mayo's here.
How you doing, Rob?
And you got past the doorway here.
We're here with Rob Leonard.
Uh-oh.
Beatles songs, right?
Tab 4 Free for All.
Tab 4 Free for All. And also the other radio show that you do.
Oh, the Free for All, which is a radio show.
Do you know we're going to be on the media panel together?
Yes, tomorrow.
All right, I'll see you then.
Okay, take care.
Enjoy.
Hey, look who it is. It's Mike McCartney.
That's me.
That's Mike
Hey, I know who this guy is. This is Alan. How you doing, Alan? Good to see you here.
Okay. Just got here a little while ago. My friend Ray. Does he look familiar to you?
I met you a couple times at Infinity.
So you guys, so I know, of course, Alan, and you've been to the store, right, before?
Yep.
And you were saying before...
Met you a couple times at the store, said hi to you.
And you had no idea that was the store.
No idea. No.
How'd you find
Not till
out?
I saw you there.
Where you know? Oh,
yeah.
that's-
We knew about the store because we would take trips out to Long Island from New Jersey just to go record shopping. So we had been to the store before, but I didn't know that was the store that you do those videos from.
Small world.
Would crack me up.
I think we almost have 100 episodes of Record Store Reality.
Yeah. I love it. I crack up.
They are
Especially
funny. Don.
And Alan, this is a gift for you.
Oh, man.
If you want to take a look.
Oh, yeah. This means the world to me, my friend.
It is none other than
Oh, that's nice.
a new cube.
I got a cube
Now
from
you
my
just got-
good friend, Joe. Not me, Mr. May.
That's right. See if it works. Press the button on the bottom. There's a black button.
Okay.
Nice.
There is that cube
It lights up,
that
right?
I've wanted for many, many years.
Is it changing colors? That's the
I
question.
see the green.
Still have one for you?
Yeah.
Oh, now it's red.
Okay.
that's nice.
And if you keep going, maybe it changes. I don't remember. Well, you can figure it out. It's better in the dark, you know?
Well, thank you so much.
All right, you
That
got
means
it.
the world to me.
You got it.
I appreciate you breaking up your 4 set.
Oh, and don't worry about that. The question is, what about the Mets this year? The Mets are hurt already.
Well, my friend Ray is a big Mets fan too. They're 1-1, And Joe, unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be the same old, same old.
Of course it
because
is.
they played Miami yesterday, and well, guess what happened? The Mets scored one lousy run in the 9th inning and lost 2-1.
The black cloud continues to hang over the Mets.
Yep, the black cloud over the Mets.
Now we got to come. All right.
We're here with Bruce Spicer. And of course, all these wonderful Beatle books that any Beatles enthusiast must own. These are not your fly-by-night books, folks. These are the real deal. All right, I'm going to pick this one up here, if you can, Bruce. If you can make that out to Joe, I'd appreciate it.
J-O-E?
Yep.
All right.
You like the easy ones, right?
Yes, indeed. Sometimes I make someone write it out on a piece of paper because it's...
I know.
Yeah.
I got that.
I can handle Joe.
And okay, I'm here with Kid O'Toole and Ken Womack. And among other things, of course, they write their books, but we also do Talk More Talk together. And look at this, Solid State, the Abbey Road book, this one which we talked about, Harrison, Clapton, and other love songs. Phantom and the Beatles, the collaboration, Kenneth Womack, Kid O'Toole. And of course, the 2 volumes of George Martin that you have to get.
Yes, indeed. 1 volume free.
Good to see you both here. Good to see you both here. And I have this, which is fantastic. John Lennon book. Love it. All right, have a good time at the fest.
We have an awesome time.
Well, we've moved to a quieter spot. Okay? Anyway, so now what's your overall impression of the fest, Doc?
This is overwhelming. It's awesome. You know, like I love being here and seeing all the people and the displays and the stuff that's just going on. It's just crazy awesome.
That's right.
And you know, like the views of New York out there. You know, it's tremendous.
Breathtaking view. Breathtaking view. Well, hope you'll come to the next fest.
We'll be working on it.
All right, start saving when you get home.
For sure. Cut down on cereal.
Well, that's how I got it.
Our final guest, fellow Mets fan, Joe Mayo.
Yes, hi everybody. Yeah, I am a Mets fan, and of course they're disappointing me at the beginning again. Anyway, yeah, I have a YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel is called Me, Mr. Mayo. You know, different condiment other than mustard. And I've been doing it for 11 years, and I also do Talk More Talk, along with Tom Magnotti here. And that's pretty much my main thing. So I do a YouTube channel, has all kinds of Beatles goodies.
All right. Well, thanks for taking time out to talk about the type of collecting that you do. Ethan, so tell us about what, I mean, now you're clearly the youngest guy here. Well, allegedly. What drew you to collecting the Beatles and not just liking the music, and what specifically is your expertise in, or what do you like to collect?
Well, I'll start off with how I started collecting, because it's intertwined with how I started listening to the Beatles. My uncle introduced me to them, but when he introduced me to them, he wisely told me about a theory that back in 1966, Paul McCartney had actually died. And if you look at the album covers in different ways, you can see different clues. And at that moment, it's like, I have to get the albums. And that's why I bought my first vinyl copy of Sgt. Pepper, so I could hold the butter knife up to the bass drum to read them.
Very good, yeah.
And yeah, I've been mainly a record guy. I don't collect a lot of the knickknacks from the 60s, but stuff like this I like.
Yeah, tour program.
Tour programs, printed materials,
okay,
etc.
And Joe, how about you? Now I've seen you often online.
Yeah.
And you get to see just a little fraction, I imagine, of your collection behind you.
Yeah.
And every time I see you there, I immediately think, oh, Ringo's with him. Wait a minute, no, that's not
Yes, I do collect Ringo too.
So what is how did it start and what are you like concentrating on?
Well, I started, I guess, when I was about 16 or something like that. That's many years ago. And what I concentrate on is just about everything and anything almost. I do have some knickknacks from the 60s. It's not just, about just the albums. There's memorabilia. Are we going to show this stuff later, or?
Yeah, we'll come back
to
all that.
I'll show some of that later. But so there's not really one thing. It could be records, it could be books, it could be the posters. I'm particularly fond of, for some reason, display stuff, like original display items from like advertising in stores, certain solo albums. I love the solo Beatles. And something that would kind of promote a record or a project or a movie, anything. Promotional items is my favorite of all.
Yeah. All right, and Tom?
Well, I've been collecting since my early teens with comics, and it's just been, downhill since. So I've been always collecting something, and then really this McCartney rabbit hole that I don't know if I wisely or just foolishly chose to dive down. It has just been never ending, and it's just been a whirlwind. And that really started in 2020 during the pandemic, just really starting to take a look, and then watching videos like Joe and his videos, and watching what he has and other people, what they have in their collections, and being envious. It's just going, I need that, I need that, and I need that, and then going out and finding stuff, and I've been pretty successful the last, and the same thing too, yeah, the music is important, the most important, but damn, all this stuff is fun. Yeah. The promotional stuff, like the display stuff, the concert stuff, all that stuff is just great to collect.
But my girlfriend, who I've been with for many years, she supports this, and she encourages this.
Nice.
She's the one that said, you have to have that George Harrison box. You have to know. I said, $1,000? I don't have that kind of money. No, you got to find a way. Use a credit card. You have to have this in your collection. Because she is a collector, on top of me collecting, she collects dollhouses. Can you imagine? And how the size of those things?
That must be substantial space-wise. Yeah.
It makes the Uber box look like a thimble. No, but I'm cool. We understand each other. So that's fine, and I like that we have that about us, because we wouldn't be together anyway this long if somebody was like, you're not getting that stuff. It wouldn't work.
Mentioned comic books.
Well,
how do you handle storing, keeping, displaying your stuff?
Yeah, constantly changing the room around, constantly trying to find ways to fit a different shelf in, or being creative and stacking or whatever, or rearranging. It's a constant struggle, because as you see, we just keep finding things to bring in the man caves, if you want to call them that, or the homes, or the kids' rooms, or the whatever.
Right.
And it's been these last couple of years. It's been interesting.
Well, we're gonna hit Tom. Buy it first. Worry about the space later.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
And I'm amazed that you say an apartment, and you're getting this all.
Yeah, it's
two collectors in an apartment making it work.
It's a 2-bedroom apartment, but we need plus I collect movies and stuff. DVD, Blu-rays.
Right.
So does he. So
it's like I got one side of the room is all movies, and then the other side is the Beatles and McCartney and vinyl and all that stuff.
Right.
So
yeah. I was thinking of something. What's the most unusual or silly thing I can find? So talcum powder, of which it's empty. And these days it's just as well. If you watch those commercials that scare the life out of you. You use talcum powder? Back in the day, It's like, so anyway, I don't use it. But no, this is fun. I wanted this for a while. Finally got it. And this is a Beatle Buddies. Got nice color photos. It's still sealed, I hope.
Wow.
I hope originally, Darren. Yeah. You didn't have these in the
I may have Is that stapled? Yeah, I only did the hairdryer thing in the back and stuff.
Well, you got George and Ringo also inside, of course. They're all on the top here. But I'm not going to open it,
This is actually belongs to a friend of ours over there, Joe Boswell. This is a London Town press kit, which is pretty rare. Actually has a passport, photos, photographs from the period, an essay, like on the sessions. I mean, this kind of stuff is super, super rare to come by. American, right? This is This is an American one? Yeah. I mean, pretty detailed, great photographs. Nothing you just see, very rare.
Hi, I'm here with Kevin. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, how you doing, Joe?
All right, and I met you many years ago, and we went to see
Rock Show at the Aviation Museum in Garden City at Nassau Community College.
Absolutely, that's a oh boy, time flies, doesn't
Yes,
it?
it does.
And who is this lovely lady?
This
here?
is my daughter. This is Ashley.
Oh, hi, Ashley.
Next generation of Beatle fans here.
Now, do you understand any of this, or are you into it? Are you like, what the
I'm learning
heck?
as I go.
Yeah.
He's been teaching me for years about the Beatles. So,
Yeah, it's not for everybody, but I hope you become a fan or already are.
no, I'm a fan.
Oh, great.
But, you know, there's still more.
Do you have a favorite Beatle?
No.
Okay. There's always
Love them equally.
that's the answer. All right, talk to you later.
See you
Thank
later,
you.
Joe.
We're here with Jude Sutherland Kessler, who's written books on John Lennon, the definitive, as far as I'm concerned, versions, and the expert, I dare say, and I think it's true, on John Lennon. Hello, thank you so much for talking to me.
Oh, I'm just thrilled to do it, Joe. Thank you for having me. I don't know if you know, we say expert, but I've been doing it for 36
I think so.
years.
I
Isn't
think
that
you are.
crazy? 36 years.
Here's some of the books. This is her latest books that she has. You got Shades of Life, Volume 5, and also
Volume 4, should have known better.
Should Have Known Better. And of course, tell us about your audio book.
The audio book is going to be a Volume 3, She Loves You. And it is, of course, that exciting year of 1963 and part of 64. And Scott McKinley is doing it with all authentic Beatles voices, Brian Epstein's voice.
And there he is.
And he makes you feel as if you are actually there. It's time travel.
Okay, well, thank you so much. It was nice talking to you, and I hope to maybe have you on my channel sometime.
I'd love it.
Thank you. Talk soon.
I'm Jeff Jefferson. I followed Joe Mayo. I mean, what else could you ask for? When you're looking for a Beatles guy, he's the guy. I'm a Beatles fan, but I've become an even better Beatles fan because of what I've seen on his channel.
Wow.
Thank you, Joe Mayo, for everything you've done. You've grown me as a Beatles fan.
All right, thanks so much, Jeff, for watching. And you know what? I got your $20 right here.
I didn't pay him. I swear I didn't pay him.
Hi, Mr. Mayo.
Oh, hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you too. Love your videos on YouTube.
Oh, thanks. You watch, huh?
Yes.
What's your first name?
Mary.
Mary, yeah. Well, good to meet you, Mary.
Nice meeting you too.
And do you have a favorite Beatle?
Yes, my favorite Beatles is Paul McCartney.
Okay. So what kind of videos do you like?
I love all your Beatle videos, and I also love your rant videos.
The rant videos?
Also. Yes.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You find them, I hope, somewhat amusing.
Oh, love them.
They're meant to be taken, you know, with a grain of salt. A lot of people can relate to things that you rant about.
Yes, I relate to your rant videos.
Do you have any in particular, or any maybe one that you can think of that you
about
remember?
the bills, going paperless.
Going paperless. Absolutely. How annoying is that, huh?
Very annoying.
All right,
I
well-
like paying my bills by mail and in person.
Well, Mary, make sure you pay all your Beatlefest bills, you know, however they tell you to pay them, paper or otherwise. And thank you so much for
You're
being
welcome,
here.
Mr. Mayo.
My left to the right is simply give your name and what media you can be found in.
Hello, I'm Joe Mayo. I have a channel called Me and Mr. Mayo. I've been doing it for about 11 years now, and
But picking up on this, so who are the Beatles? What are they in our consciousness, in the general public's consciousness? We know who they are in our consciousness. So I thought you have a good point. It's history. So riff on that. Are they history, or are they history and more?
History and more, because it's the music is, I mean, history, World War II, those things happened. There were huge, historic events in our country, but that was an event and it was horrible. It was all, music is forever, right? We're always.
It's not though, because the new generation might not connect to it the way they connect to Katy Perry.
I'd like to speak on behalf of the new
No,
generation
I don't,
and say, excuse me, I'd like to speak on behalf of the new generation and say there is an entire community of fans out there across multiple social media platforms that will completely understand.
Are they being played on Z100?
No, what does that matter?
What is Z100? No. It's the top station in New York City and the country.
But radio is not the same as it was.
No, it's not, but it still matters.
They don't have to be played on the top stations to be recognized as one of the most influential bands in the
We're
world.
not talking about that. We're talking about the new generation coming in and saying, oh, that's my father's music or my mother's music.
And now it's our music.
Why do you have two people in their 20s sitting on the channel?
I don't know.
No, because they are the next generation of fans. Because they matter.
If I may
They're
jump
doing a
in.
good job speaking for themselves. So, yeah, go ahead, and then there's still a couple people haven't spoken on this question, but go ahead.
If I may say so, the Beatles have about as much cultural relevance as radio currently does.
Agreed.
I think
you wanted to say
yeah,
something?
I just think that this time, at this place that we're in at this time, it's just that radio, unfortunately, isn't as important as far as getting the Beatles known to newer generations. And it's online a lot. It's social media, and things like YouTube channels and TikTok, things like that. That's how young people are really connected with it. I wish that there was more on commercial radio, as I remember it constantly being played a lot. But I know in my area they're cutting down big time on Beatles, even on regular radio stations. You have the same one or two songs come together, hello, goodbye. That's it.
Let it be.
I like your choice of words, though. Now we come back to, why do you do audio radio? If you do it for love, that's great. But if you're doing it to make ends meet, is that even possible these days? Anybody jump in?
If I may. Yeah. Well, I have a YouTube channel. I started 11 years ago. I mean, it's always for the fun first, and no matter what, that's what it's all about. Now, I know I've seen some discussions, and sometimes people say, "Well, I'm not in for the money. I don't care." After being on a while, it got to the point where I was able to make a few bucks. And when I say few, I mean few. I can't live off it. But if a new McCartney archive comes out, maybe you save a couple of bucks, maybe you can get that. But at first I was, I'm not going to ever do that. It took me a while to monetize, right? But I do that. I don't know if that's where we're going with it, but I just thought from a past discussion I'd seen on this that, why not? At first you feel funny, I shouldn't do that. I'm just doing it for a good time. Why not have your cake and eat it too?
Sure.
And if it stopped tomorrow, I wouldn't change a thing. I keep going just as I'm going.
Because you're getting a
It's all about
satisfaction from
meeting people here at the fest, people coming up to me saying, they enjoy it, they like to watch what I do, and it makes me feel good, and it's a good thing.
Anybody else want to jump in about fun or finance?
Obviously, like Joe said, it's all about the fun. That's what you're doing it for. But honestly, the best compensation of all is the commentary that you get from the people who are watching or listening to your content when they're saying, I love what you're doing, what you said is so right, this is exactly what I was thinking. When you get that confirmation from others that they love what you do, I feel like that's something that money could never replace.
Agreed.
Or can't replace immediately.
And another Beatle Fest comes to an end.